Oh, it's homework time. It's homework time. Lesson 17 homework. Hi. All right, let's begin. Let's start by putting our name at the top of the paper. I will put my name, you write yours, and also the date, please. Yes, I'll write today. You write the actual date, where and when you are in this great wide world. Our instructions are to show the division using this. Relate your model to long division. Check your quotient and remainder by using multiplication and addition. Can you believe? This is exactly the same as lesson 16. And there are only 6 division examples to do here. Other kids have 40, 50, 832, 5,000, 8 million, lots of division to do. You got 6 examples, man. Lucky you. All right, so let's do it. 7 divided by 2. We're going to draw out 7 ones. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We're going to divide those. Whoa, crazy line. And we'll have our 2. Remember, we're saying 7 donuts we're handing out to 2 people. So we start sharing them out fairly. We say 1 for you, 1 for you. That's 2. Now I've handed out 3, 4, 5, 6. And I look, oh, 1 more donut I can't hand out and still share them fairly. So this guy is for me. And so now to relate that to the long division here, what do we have? Each person is going to get 3 ones, right? 3 single donuts. So how many donuts does each person get? They get 3 donuts. And when I've done that, how many donuts have I handed out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've handed out 6 donuts. That's why I'm subtracting them, because I handed them out. And there's 1 donut remaining. Just that 1. And so that is a leftover, a remainder of 1. So my quotient, the answer in the division, is simply 3. And the remainder, the leftover donut there, is 1. To check my work, I say, okay, well, I gave 3 donuts each to 2 people. So I handed out 6 donuts. Oh, but wait, I started with 7. Oh, right, because I have to take the 6 donuts I handed out plus the remaining donut, the remainder of 1, and that would give me the 7 I started with. So check, cha-ching, checks out. Look how fast this is going to go. You'll be outside playing in no time. Let's do it. Yeah, so look, now it's 73 divided by 2. No prob, Bob, because our 10s are going to look the same as our 1s looked last time, right? So let's draw out those 7 10s of 73. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we have 3 1s. 1, 2, and 3. Lovely. Okay. So now we have 2 people we're going to hand out donuts to. Great. So let's start handing out. So we have these boxes of donuts, 10 donuts, okay? So here's a box of donuts for you and a box of donuts for you. So I've handed out 2 of those boxes. And 3, 4, 5, 6 of those boxes. Okay, so these 6 I've handed out successfully. But this one here, I can't just give it to one of them and not the other, but there's 10 donuts in that box. So I need to open up that box and put them with these 3 donuts over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now there's 13 donuts over here, right? So I took the donuts out of the box. I decomposed them, ungrouped them. And so now I can hand out these 13 donuts to my 2 friends. So 1 for you, 1 for you. That's 2 I've handed out. I'll hand out 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, well I can't do another round, right? So I did successfully hand out 12 of those donuts, but I do have this one donut left all by its lonesome. And so what did I do here? Each person got three 10 packs of donuts, and then 6 loose donuts, 6 one donuts. And so when we relate this to long division, it'll look the same, because we're going to say, okay, these two people, how many 10 packs of donuts do they get? Well, look, we just did it. It's 3. They get 3 10 packs, and notice that goes in, yes, in the tens place, okay? So how many donuts did I hand out there? How many boxes of 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes of 10, because 3 times 2 is 6, right? So I'm subtracting those because those are boxes of donuts I've handed out. Leaving 1 box of donuts, which I open up and combined with the 3 loose donuts, the 3 donuts I had in a bag, the 3 ones. So now I have 13 donuts to hand out to the 2 people. And how many do they get each? Well, how many 2s is another way of thinking this. How many 2s in 13? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. There are 6 2s in 13 because 6 times 2 is 12. And notice I handed out 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's why I'm subtracting it, because I handed those out. Leaving just that one lonesome donut, which is a leftover remainder of 1. So quotient, the answer here is how many donuts did each person get? Those 2 people, they got 36 donuts. That's the answer to my division question. And I had 1 leftover donut, remainder of 1. To check this, I simply say, okay, each person got 36 donuts. 2 people. Multiply. 2 times 6 is 12. Place the 2. Regroup the 1. 2 times 3 is 6. Cross it out with me. Plus 1 is 7. 72. And that's... oh, no, wait. Oh, right. I can't forget about that 1 leftover donut. My remainder, 72, plus the leftover donut is 73. So yes, indeed, it chickadee checks right out. So a little different in that one where we had to take the donuts out of the box, in other words, to decompose the 10 into 10 ones. You got this, no problem. Let's go on to number 3. Well, in number 3, they're tossing us another softball, quick and easy one here. 6 donuts divided among 4 people, no problem, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 donuts. Okay, we'll separate our donuts from the people we're handing them out to. And so, remember, we can split it in half, this area, and then split each half in half to get 4 relatively equal spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4 people. So we're going to hand out these 6 donuts. So we give them 1 each. 1, 2, 3, 4. And look, we can't do 5, 6 because then 2 people won't get any more. And so we handed out the first 4 donuts, but these 2, oh, they are leftover donuts. So they each get 1, 1. That's all they get. They get 1 little donut, but they're happy with that. They're good people. So how many 4s are there in 6? We'll skip count by 4. 4, yeah, if we go to 8, that's too many. So there's 1 4 in 6. So each person got 1 donut. Put that right above the 6, because 1 times 4 is 4. We handed out 4 donuts in all there, leaving 2 donuts, so those are the leftover. That's our remainder of 2. So our quotient is they get 1 donut each with 2 donuts remaining. When we go to check this, we say 1 donut each times 4 people. We handed out 4 donuts. Great, and that's oh no, it's not what we started with. We started with 6. Ah, yes. That's right. We cannot forget that we had 2 left over, so we add those back in, and then we get, yes, what we started with, the 6 donuts. See, I told you. Easy. Easy as a donut. Easy as eating a donut. Let's go on to number 4. Getting hungry? Okay, we just did 6 divided by 4. Now we're doing 62 divided by 4. You see what they're up to today? All right, so let's draw out our 6 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tens. and we have 2 ones. And we'll draw a line separating that from our division. And then this section, we can make it 4 because we're dividing by 4. That's why 4 relatively equal spaces by dividing in half and then dividing each of the halves in half. Lovely. Let's start handing out us some donuts. So these are the boxes of 10 donuts, right? And we have 6 of them. So here's a box of donuts for you. Box of 10 donuts for you. That's 2, 3, 4. And I can't do another round, of course, just like we saw in the last one. And so these 4 boxes I've handed out, but this one and this one, I need to open up those boxes and bring them over here. Now it's going to be a bit of a tight squeeze, but we can do this. Watch. So there's 2 here already, and we're bringing how many donuts over? Yes, a whopping 20 donuts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I guess those last 2 I'm going to have to put like here in the middle. 19, 20. So I should have 22 here because there were 2 there already and I brought over 20. And look, there's 10, 10, and 2, 22. Okay, so I did that correctly. Now I can start handing out these 22 donuts, 20 of which I took out of the boxes of 10. I decomposed those. So 22 donuts to hand out. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Ah, yes, those last 2 there, these little guys I cannot hand out because I do not have enough to make another round. So everybody ended up, though, they made out well. They got 1 10, and they got 5 1s. So how many donuts did they get each? Well, 15, right? A 10 and 5 1s, and I have 2 left over. When we relate this to long division, we say, okay, well, how many 4s are there in 6? 4, right? We can't go to 8, so there's just 1 4 in 6. And at that point, how many donuts have we handed out? Right, 4 boxes of 10. So I put a 4 in the 10's place. That's what I've handed out. That's why I'm subtracting it. And that left 2 boxes of 10, right? Remember that. There they are. There are 2 boxes of 10. And we opened those up and combined them with the 2 loose donuts we had in a bag. And we're just running around on the floor getting dirty. And so remember here, 22. There it is, 22. So how many donuts will each of the 4 people get out of the 22? Well, look, we did already. It's 5 because 5 donuts each times 4 people, we handed out 20 donuts. That's why I'm subtracting it, because I handed out those donuts. They're gone. And that left 2 donuts remaining that I could not share fairly. And so that's a remainder of 2. So what we ended up there was a quotient, the answer to our division, of 15 donuts each with 2 donuts remaining. To check this, we say, okay, hey, I handed out 15 donuts. Don't you start eating those donuts. I want to make sure I counted for everything correctly. Nobody afterwards is saying unfair. I handed out 15 donuts to 4 people. So 4 times 5 is 20. Place the 0, regroup to 2. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2 is 6. Excellent. That's what I started with, 62. Yes. Once again, I forgot to add in the remainder, yes. So 60 donuts handed out, plus the remainder of 2. Yes. I got to count those in to check my work and say, okay, so there were 62 donuts. That's actually what I started with. Very good. To check, don't just go and cheat. I know this one. All of us 4th grade teachers know this. You just write 62 right here because you know that's what it's supposed to be. But then if you made a mistake, you're not actually checking your work. All right, moving and grooving. Let's see what awaits us in number 5. More donuts, perhaps. And another softball here in number 5, a nice easy one. We have 8 divided by 3, so we just have the ones place to work with. So 8 donuts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And I'm going to hand those out to 3 people. So I want to make 3 parts out of this. So I'm going to draw 2 lines inside here. Like a flag, right? 1, 2, 3. Good. Now I can start handing out my 8 donuts. All right, 1 for you, 1 for you, 1 for you. That's 3. Now I'm going to hand out 4, 5, 6, and I realize I can't do 7, 8. I can't do another round. So I have successfully handed out 6 of the donuts, but those 2 here are a remainder. Everybody got 2 donuts, 2 ones each. So what this looks like in long division is I can say, well, how many 3s are there in 8? 3, 6, oh, 9's too many, so 3, 6. There are 2 3s in 8. And how many donuts have I handed out? 2, 4, 6, because 2 times 3 is 6. And when I subtract that, I am left with 2 donuts, which I cannot share out fairly, so that's just leftovers. It's a remainder of 2. So my quotient, how many donuts did each person get? They got 2 donuts. My remainder, how many donuts left over, is also 2. To check my work, I say each person got 2 donuts, and there were 3 people. So when I multiply that, I should end up with what I started with, which was 6 donuts. No, it wasn't. It was 8. Right, because yet again, we got to add in that remainder. We have 6 we handed out with the 2 that were left over. That should tell us, yes, 8 donuts is what we started with. 8. Excellent. So we're about to round the bend and finish up homework time with number 6. So we see we just did 8 divided by 3, and now we'll do 84 divided by 3. So we see that pattern developing in tonight's homework. So let's draw out the 84. So we start with 8 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 84, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and I only need 3 spaces, and I know I'm going to need a little room up top here. So let me divide this, draw 2 lines to make 3 equal parts to it. Great, now I can start handing out boxes of donuts, something we all have to do. So here's a box for you, a box for you. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes of donuts handed out. And I know I can't do another round because it would be 7, 8, and I would need a 9th one here, which I don't have. So I handed out 6 boxes of donuts. And now these 2 jobbers, well, they need to be opened up. I can't just hand them a box, right? I need to open up the box. I need to decompose that 10. So I have 2 of them, so I'm going to bring 20 over here with the 4 already there. So I should end up with 24. Let's make sure we do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And I do have 24, right, because there were 4 over here, and I brought over 20 donuts from the boxes I opened. Whew. Okay, now I can start handing out some donuts. Yay! All right, so I have 24 donuts I'm sharing with 3 people. So, and again, I know I'm gonna have to do 2 rows here, so I'm gonna have to kind of keep it small so everything will fit. Fitting 24 in there was kind of tricky, right? So 1 for you, 1 for you, 1 for you. That's 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember, I'm handing out 24 donuts. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, halfway there. 13, 14, 15, and now I want to start a second row here because I like doing rows of 5. We left off at 15, so 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I handed out all 24 donuts. Cross them out because I handed out all those donuts. And so there are none left over. Everyone got 2 10s, 2 10-packs of donuts. and how many? Yep, 8 ones, 8 single donuts. So that works out to be, what, 28 donuts each. And to relate this to the long division, we say how many 3's are there in 8? 3, 6, I can't go to 9, right? So there are 2 3's in 8 because 2 times 3 is 6. I handed out those boxes of donuts, so I'll subtract them, leaving 2 boxes of donuts, which we actually just did this, right? We combined with the 4 donuts. You'll hear a lot of people say bring down the 4. Well, what we're doing is we're saying, hey, we opened up those 2 10 packs of donuts, and we have these 4 loose donuts, and we put them all together. That's why we bring down the 4. So we can now divide these up. So we have 24 loose donuts now, and we started handing those out to the 3 people, and we saw they got 8 each because 8 times 3 indeed is 24. And I handed out those donuts. That's why I'm subtracting it. And we were left with no donuts to hand out. We handed out all the donuts, and we do not need to write remainder 0. Down here it's going to ask us what our remainder was, so yes, we will skip ahead here and write 0. But up here we don't write capital R 0. Okay, if there's no remainder listed, there's no remainder. And so our quotient, though, how many donuts did each person get? 28, yes. Now check our work. We say, hey, we handed out 28 donuts to 3 people. So how many donuts did we hand out? Is it what we started with? Let's see. 3 times 8 is, 24. We place 4, regroup the 2. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. 84. Hey, that is what we started with because there's no remainder. And you don't have to write 84 plus 0 here with the remainder 0. But guess what? You've gone and done it again. You completed another homework time. Nice work. So I will see you again next time. It is once again homework time.